Hello everyone, this video is about CRUD operation using MERN stack. Okay, MongoDB, Express, React.js and Node.js. So we will create this CRUD operation. So this is the demo that we will perform. Okay, let's first of all create a new record. Holil@gmail.com, and also let's assign an age, for example 10. Let's press the submit button. So the new record has created successfully. So now let's update it. For example, instead of Khalil, let's write Asif. Change this to Asif, and age is, for example, 14. So let's update it. See, the record has updated successfully. And also, if you would like to delete it, so let's press the delete button. So the record has deleted successfully. So this is the CRUD operation that we will perform in this video. So let's get started. Before starting, if you are new to my YouTube channel, please like the video and also subscribe our YouTube channel. So let's get started. So for this CRUD operations, I have opened this CRUD folder, which is an empty folder. Okay, inside it I will create two folders, one for front end and the second one for the server side. So first of all, I will just create the React app, okay, the front end side. Then I will move to the backend side to write the backend code. Okay, so let's first of all create React app. So for that, let's move to the backend, to the terminal. Yeah, in the CRUD, let's write npm init -y. So it will just I'm really sorry, delete it. It was just for the server side, but I wrote it. I will write npm init wait. Okay, which is used to create React app. Okay, so let's assign a name, for example client. Okay, and we would like to use the React. Select React and JavaScript, select the JavaScript and just move to the client, cd client, and after that write npm install. It will install all the packages. Yeah, that has installed. So now let's write npm run dev. Okay, it will run the server. So let's move to this URL, see it. So the React app is running now. Okay, so now let's install a few packages. The first package will be npm install bootstrap, and also we should install Axios for HTTP request and response, and also we should install React router DOM. So let's press enter and install these packages. Yeah, those has installed. Bootstrap is for designing, Axios HTTP for HTTP request and response, React router DOM for routing. Okay, so now let's run again npm run dev our server. So let's close this. Yeah, let's come here to the src, and here we will just remove all those unnecessary things. Remove this index.css, and also let's come here, remove that, the path of that, and come here to the app.jsx and remove all this code. Just remove this. Yeah, now we will start our coding from this app.jsx. So now let's import first of all the React router DOM. Import browser and routes, and also route from React router DOM, and let's import bootstrap. Bootstrap plus CSS. Yeah, I have imported them. So now let's use the React router DOM. Just come here, let's use browser router, and inside this I will use routes. Yeah, the path would be for example slash OK. This would be for the home component, for the home component to use, and the element would be here. I will just create a new component and I will write that here. Okay, but before that let's copy this for create and also update. Create these routes also for create user, for I'm using for the users. This would be for the users. So let's create the component for all these routes. Just come here and create a new one, users.jsx, and also create user.jsx and create update user.jsx. Just come here to the user, yes, I wrote this code just for the users. Okay, and let's copy this code and write it for create also, and this would be for create user. Just change it, create user, and copy this, paste it here, and also for update one. Yes, it is okay now. So now let's assign those components. So first let's come here, I'll assign use the users here, yes, and the create user, and the update user here. Yeah, these are the routes which will be this route is just this route will move to the user component, and this route would move to the create user component, and this route will be used to the update user component. So let's move to the user component, and here we will display the records. So for that let's come here, I will just assign some classes, bootstrap classes here. So I have just created these two div elements and I added these bootstrap classes for design. So now I will create a table here inside this, and we will display records, the data in that table. Yeah, this is the table which I have created. Okay, so this is the header of the table, and here in the t-body we will dynamically display the data. So to display the data dynamically, so for that first I will create a variable here, a state here, const users set users is equal to use state hook. I will use state hook, and this is an array type with us. Okay, so let's just add a record manually now, then we will fetch from database later. So here I will just add a record, name is equal to user, and the action we don't have. For the action we will display edit, update and delete buttons. So now let's just display that record. Just come here, and here we will write users dot map function, and here we will have a get a user, and here I will display the record in the table row and table data, and inside this user dot name. email and age. And for the action we will display two buttons. The first one would be for the edit and the second one would be for the delete. Let's save it and let's display it how it looks like. Just come here, see we have this data that we have displayed. This is the header but the data didn't display it, so let's come here and user.name.email, just come here. So let's just add a return here, return statement. Okay, if we use parentheses then we don't need return, but if we use curly braces then we need this return statement. Let's see it. Yeah, it looks like this. So that is the record that we displayed. So now I will create a button on the top of the table. Whenever we press that, we should move to the create user. Okay, to create a new user. So for that I will just create a button, a link. Okay, I will use this route. Okay, I will move to this route. Just come here I will create a button. Yes, I wrote this code. Okay, this link code, link, and it will move to this route, and this is the design. Okay, to this route it will move to this create route and it will go to create user. So now let's check it. Okay, the link is we imported that from React Router down here. Okay, so let's come here and let's press it. See, we came to the create user. So now let's create the design for the create user. Let's come here and here I will create the design for the create. I will just create a forum. Okay, a forum should have a name field and email and the age field. Yeah, this is the code for the create user. Okay, I paused the video because this is simple HTML code. Okay, this is the design that I have created. Okay, input field for name, for email and age, and I submit button. Just this was the code, nothing else. Okay, so now whenever we press the submit button, so we will write the code in for the to create this user, to insert this user to the database. That we will perform the task later. So now let's move to the update. Okay, so one thing else, let's come back to the home page. Here whenever we press this edit button, we should move to the edit component. Okay, so in the edit component, let's update component. Okay, so here to the user, and whenever we press this edit, we should move to the so for this edit also I will use link. Okay, as I have used for create, so I will use it for the update. Just simply copy this and paste it here. Instead of create, just write update, and also we will pass ID to this update. Okay, I will do that later. Okay, to pass the ID. And one for the delete. The delete I will perform that later. Okay, so whenever we press this, we should move to the update user. Okay, for the update user I will create the same forum as I created for the create user. Okay, the forum is the same. Okay, whenever we come to the create the update user, so we should see the values that we would like to update in the forum, then we will update them. Simply just copy this. Yeah, update user. Okay, the same. Okay, whenever we come to this input field, we should have the values that we would like to update in these input fields already. Okay, I will just show to you. Save it and just come here. Okay, we should have the value that we would like to update in this field, then we should update them. So it is enough just for the front end. Okay, so now we will move to our server side coding. First of all, we will just configure the MongoDB database, then we will create database and fetch the records from that, and also insert and perform these tasks. So for the server side, so first of all I will create a folder by the name of server, and after that I will just move to the command line, and let's separate it. And in the second one I will move to the cd server folder. Inside that I will write npm init -y, so it will just create a package.json file inside this package, a server folder. Okay, that has created. So now let's install a few packages. So inside it I will install npm install first the Express, which is the framework of Node.js to create a REST API through this, and also Mongos, which is used for Mongo database, and cars. The cars are used to access our backend side in the front end. Okay, so the cars is used for that. In MEAN, this is used to refresh our server side code automatically whenever we make changes, so it will make changes in that automatically. So let's install first of all these. Yes, those packages has installed. So now I will create another file inside this by the name of, for example, index.js. Okay, so here I will write my API's code. First come to the package.json file, and here I will just try to add something else. How to use the node.js? So to use the node.js I will write here start node.js index.js. so whenever we make change in this file index.js, it will automatically refresh the server. We will write our server side code here. So let's first of all import the Express. Const Express is equal to require Express, and const Mongos is equal to require Mongos. Okay, and also const cars is equal to require cars. And let's create an app. Const app is equal to Express. We will call the Express method, and after that let's use app.use cars. We will use cars for the cross origin, okay, to access our server side in our front end. And also let's use app.use express.json. This is for whenever we pass data from our front end to the back end, so it will parse that to the JSON format. If we don't try this, so it will give us an error then. And also to run our server, so for that we will write app.listen, and we will assign a port number here, for example 3001, and a callback function. And let's write console.log server is running. So now let's run our server. So to run the server, let's move to the this server folder, and here write npm start. Let's see it. See, server is running. So now we will create a connection with the MongoDB database. Yeah, so for the Mongo database, I have installed the community server of the Mongo database. Okay, I have downloaded that and installed that locally. Okay, that is the MongoDB Compass, which is the GUI for that to manage the data, the databases. So now let's create a database. Before database, this is the offline mode. You have the link in the description for how to download it and how to install it. Okay, and also if you would like to use the online MongoDB Atlas, okay, to online interact with them and create the database, so for that also you have the link in the description how to create connection with that. Okay, so now I am using this one. So let's create a database. First of all, the name of the database would be CRUD, and collection name, the collection name would be, for example, users. Okay, I would like to create for the users the table. Yeah, it has created this collection, the users. So now let's move back to our code, and we will create connection with this database. So first of all, let's write mongos.connect, and here I will write the connection string. So the connection string, just come here and press this one and copy the connection string and paste it here, and just change it 1 to 7, find 0, find 0, fine. Okay, to local IP addresses. Okay, maybe sometimes that localhost is not working, but it will work. So now let's write here at the end the database name. The database name was CRUD. Yeah, the connection has created. So now let's move and create first of all we will just create a new record. Okay, we will insert a new record. So for that first of all I will create a model for this collection. Okay, for these users I will create a model here. Just come here and I will create a new folder by the name of models, and inside that I will create users.js, a new model. Okay, in this model I will specify the fields for the users table. So let's write first I will import const mongos is equal to require mongos, and after that let's create const user schema is equal to new mongos dot schema, and inside that now I will specify the fields. So the first one would be the name, that is string for example, and the second one the email, which is string again, and the age, which is number. We can specify more properties like required or not required and other validations on this. Okay, for now it is okay simply. And now let's see, create the model const user model is equal to mongos dot model, and here it has two properties. The first one is the collection name. Okay, this one. Okay, this is the users. I will specify that just as a string users, and the second one is the schema that we have created right now. Now let's export it. Module dot exports is equal to a user model. Yeah, so now let's move and import it inside the index.js this file. So let's import it. Const user model is equal to require models and users. That has exported us. So now let's create API for to create a new record. So for that let's first of all just specify app dot post. Okay, that is a post. The method is post, and here we will specify the route that would be like create user, and here we will have a callback function which has request and response. The request is the data that we are sending from front end, and the response we will send back to the front end. And here now I will use user model dot create. I will use the create method, and here I will specify the fields. Okay, the fields are the request dot body, or I can just specify request dot body dot name. Yeah, it is okay, nothing is wrong. So instead of this I will just specify the body request.body. Okay, the data that I am sending from front end, that will be attached with this request.body. Okay, so after that dot come here dot bin, and we will get the users, and just I will console them, console, or I will return back to the front end result.json users .catch if there was any error, console or result.json error. Let's save it, and now let's move and to test it. Okay, to test it let's move to the front end. So just come here to the front end, and here come here to the create user, and inside create whenever we press the submit button. Okay, so let's come here to the form. So first we should store these data. Okay, the data that we are entering in these name and email and age field, we should store them somewhere. So for that let's come here create 3 states const name, or I can just name, use city name is equal to use state hook, and just copy this and come here. This is for age, and this one is for email, and this one for city email. Okay, and now let's use them and store the value in these variables. So let's come here, down and change, and just call the create a callback in a row function, and just call sit. I will just write like sit name e.target dot value. Just copy this one and paste it here. For email, instead of sit name, just write sit email, and also for age. The values has stored there, and now let's, whenever we press the submit button, just come here to the forum and submit, create a function with the name of submit. Just come here and create that function, const submit is equal to an arrow function e.prevent default, prevent the default submission, and after that just now we will use the access. Okay, the access which we have installed at the start, I will import first of all that, import access from access, and now let's use that access.post. We will use post method, and the URL would be let's write the URL that would be a localhost. Just come here and write http localhost, and the port number is 3001, and route name is create user, and let's pass the data to that, name, email, and age, and after that then we will get a result. Let's console the result, console.log result dot catch error, console the error. So let's save it, and now let's move to Chrome browser and just run the localhost 300. No, we should run the front-end server. So just come here to the terminal and create a new one, and just cd client, move to the client directory, client folder, and after that just write npm run do, press enter. So let's move to this URL. We came here, let's press add. So now let's add a new record, and also let's move to the console, what we are getting from the server side. Just come here and just come here, write a name, sub.com, and age 23, press submit button. So we got this result. Okay, it means the record has inserted successfully. So now let's check our database. So let's refresh it. See, the record has added. Okay, this is the new record which we have added. So it was the create functionality. So now let's come here. Whenever we insert a new record, so we should move back to the home page. Okay, so just let's come here and just write code for that, and instead of this console we will write, yeah, we should write the console also, and with console I will write one another sentence, which is I will use navigate. Okay, so let's come here and const navigate is equal to use navigate. I installed React Rotterdam, I think. Just write use navigate. I think it is like this. Get. So let's import it. Import use navigate from React Rotterdam. Okay, so now let's use it. After consoling we will use navigate to move back to the route, to this route. Okay, let's come here to the app.jsx. We will move back to this home route. Yeah, that is okay. So let's save it, and now let's create a new record. What happened? So just come here, press submit button. So we came back to home page. Okay, so now we will fetch the data, the records, and we will display them here on the Chrome and the browser. Okay, so for that let's come here to the home one, to this users, and here instead of the manually which we have written this record, instead of that we will fetch the records and we will display them on screen. So let's we will use effect hook for that, which will run at the start. Use effect yeah, let's write array dependency, and here we will use Axios now. Axios, let's import it. Yeah, that has imported. .git, we will get the records, and that would be just by default the home page. This one would be the route, and sorry, we should write here the localhost, http localhost, and the route is 3001, and this would be the route from where we access the records. .in result, and we will store the result somewhere, and let's store the result. Use state, this is an array. We will store the result in this users. Set users result data. Okay, when we are access the result and console them, so we will see something like result data. All records would be here. Catch if there was any error. Console.log error. That's okay. Okay, so now let's write the API. So whenever we access them, so we will display them on the screen. Okay, yes, this is the method that we will display the users. Email, name, email, and age. So this is just name, and this is email, and this is age. And also let's assign this class name to this delete one. Control C, write it here, and this would be danger. Yes, so now let's write API and the server side. So to write the API for get method, let's write app.get, and this will be the URL. We will get request and response, and just come here, and we will use user model dot find. We will use find method to get all the records, and I will leave it empty. Dot then we will get the users, and I will return them result.json to the front end. users get if there was any error, so just console or return that. Okay, result.json error. Save it, and now let's try it. Okay, it will work. Hope yeah it will work. So now let's refresh it. What happened? See, we got the records. Okay, the first one, but we didn't get the names. So let's check what happened with names. Just come here and just user.name, we have written the wrong spelling. Save it and let's see it. See, we got the records user and array. These are the two records. So now let's move to the to write the update functionality. Okay, we did the creation and we picked the data. So now let's update the record. Okay, whenever we press it, we should move to the update, and here we should get the record. Okay, that we would like to update. So just come here, and here when we press the button, so we should move to the update. Let's come here to the update one, and here we should see first of all the record. Okay, so to pitch that record that we would like to update, so first of all we should pass the ID of that record. So let's come here to the users, and here whenever we press this update button, we should pass the ID of that to that link. Okay, so to pass the ID, I will just write here like this. Okay, let's write these quotation, and also let's wrap them in these curly braces, and here inside this I will just write the ID. Okay, and the ID would be user dot underscore ID. Okay, this ID, let's come here to the compass. This is the ID, okay, that we have. So before that, let's first of all that would be the ID. Okay, so now whenever we press update, so the ID should be passed to that. So before that, let's come here and we will update this route. We will have the ID here, and just let's write this slash here, and after that, sorry, this is create, and we should write that with the update ID. And now let's move to the update one. Yeah, here I will use forum hook from React Rotterdam. Import use forums from React Rotterdam. Okay, so now let's distract the ID. Const distract the ID from is equal to use forums. Okay, it will distract the ID from the URL and store that in the ID. And now let's create 3 fields as we have created here in the create section. Okay, let's just copy all of these, copy them and just paste them here. Okay, all of them, just let's import the navigate, use navigate, and after that let's use the use effect hook. So first of all we should pitch the record that we would like to update. Okay, so for that let's write use effect hook same to this. Okay, we should not just where we used the use effect hook, we use that here. Okay, I'm doing it because to not waste the time. Okay, simply Control Z, copy this and just come here and paste it here. It is the same code. Okay, just instead of this I will pass the ID here. Okay, just I will write slash plus, I will attach the ID with it. Okay, and it will get the result, and we will just here I will just first of all update the record, console that. Okay, console.log the result. I will console the result. So now let's check first of all to get the record by ID. Okay, let's come here to the server side, and here I will use one thing else. Here I will use the get user. Get user and just come here up.get user, and also we should get the ID. Okay, so to get the ID, for that I will use the the forums request.forums hook. Okay, so let's just write id here and here request and response. First I will get the id, const id is equal to request.forums.id. okay, it will get the id from the URL. And after that let's now get the record. So to fetch the record we will use user model dot get dot find by id. okay, I will just pass the id to it. okay, pass the id to that, and other methods would be the same like this. Copy them and paste them here. result.json.users. okay, save it, and now just move to the Chrome browser, and here let's move to the console, and here let's just press the update button. We paste with an error. Where is the error? So let's check that. Yeah, use state is not defined. Just come here to the update and just import the use state. Use state from React. Just come here. Where is let's back and just appreciate. Press the update button. On cart use effect is not defined, so sorry. Save it. Again, where is the error? Just let's appreciate and just press the update. Access is not defined, sorry. Paste with too many error. Import access from access. Nothing else is there. okay, everything is okay. Yeah, we came to the update and we got this result. okay, this is the record that we got from access error. So we didn't fetch the record, so let's check where is the error. So let's come back, refresh it, press the update button, and the record has not fetched successfully. The error request failed with status code 404. So let's just come here. Yeah, we should add a slash here. okay, just add a slash here and come back, refresh it back and press the update button. See, we got the data. okay, we pitch that record. okay, the record that we wanted, that data, and this is the record. Let's check it. See, where are the values? Yeah, the error is that here casting the id. okay, instead of just simply writing the id, we should add the underscore, because here in the compass this is the id. okay, underscore id, and we should assign now the id to this id. okay, that we have pitched from the URL. So now it is okay, so it is working perfectly. okay, let's check it back, update, and let's check the data. See, this is the data that we got. okay, so now let's display the data here, and then by pressing update we should update that record. So let's move here, and instead of just come here to the update, instead of console log I will just write something extra, and that would be to update these fields. okay, name, email, and age. Set, first of all, set name is equal to the result that I got, result.data.name, and also do it for same per email and age, and here just write the age, and here write the email. Okay, we updated the fields. So now let's come here and just write here value is equal to with the name. Okay, value is equal to with name, and here for this the value is equal to with the email, and here the value is equal to with age. So let's come here now. See, we got the data back. So now whenever we update it, so we should see the records. Okay, so to update it, let's write here unchange. We will call the unchange as we did here in the create one. Okay, I will simply copy this one, the same method we will use. Okay, unchange event and set name e.target.value, and here instead of set name I will write set email, and here I will write set age. Okay, let's check it now. So now whenever we are updating the data, so when we update the data by pressing the update button, we should update the records. So let's check it. Oh, whenever we press the update button, I will just call here on submit update. Okay, update button I will create. Let's create the update button. Const update is equal to in array function e.prevent default. So just let's write copy the method that we did in the here in the submit button. Just copy this one. Okay, copy this one and just come here, paste that here. Instead of post I will write put, because we would like to update, and here I will just pass the ID also, the ID that I would like to update. So let's attach ID with this. Okay, with the route. So let's write this in plus ID. Okay, we have already the ID. Yeah, this is the ID. Okay, so now whenever we submit it, so it will goes to this route create. Let's change this create user to update. Okay, update user. So it will goes to this route update user, and also with the ID we pass name, email and age also to that, and then we will get the result and we will go back to the home page. So save it and let's move back to the server side, and here we will create a new route up.put, and here we will write update user. This is the route and also the ID. We will get the ID. Let's create request and response. Yeah, so here first I will get the ID as I have got here the ID. Copy this one, same to that. Okay, after that just we will use user model dot point and update. Okay, point by ID and update. Okay, so we will just call this method, and to this first I will pass the ID. ID is equal to with the ID that I have, and also we will pass the data. The data is first the name. The name is equal to request.body.name, and after that email, which is equal to with the request.body.email, and also the age, request.body.age dot then we will do the same thing as we did here. Copy this and just paste it here, and let's just bring these down here. So yes, it was about the update user. So let's save it and let's try it. Just come here and we will just write Yusuf Khan, and also let's add it here, and let's press the update button. What happened? see the record has updated. Okay, this is the record which has updated. Let's update this one. And age would be, for example, 18. Okay, press the update. See, the age has updated and also the name has updated. So now let's perform the delete functionality. Okay, so just come here. For the delete, we will come here to the user, and whenever we press this button, so the record should be deleted. So whenever we press this button, let's call on click event. On click we will call handle. Let's create an arrow function, and we will just call handle delete, and we will pass the data, the id, user dot id. Okay, we will pass the id to this function. So now let's create this function. Copy this and just come here, just const, paste it here, and we will get the id. And after that, let's call access dot delete, and we will create a route that would be delete user, and also let's attach the id with this. And after that, we will get a result console.log result catch here. Yeah, but yeah, let's check it. Now we will move to this delete URL. So I'll just come here and let's write for the delete app.delete. The URL is delete user, and also we have the ID, request and response. Let's get first of all the ID. Copy this and paste it here. And after that, now let's call the user model dot find by id and delete. Okay, find by id and delete. So now let's pass the id. It is equal to with the id dot, then we will get a result.json, result dot catch. Yeah, it is okay now. So just come here now to the front end, delete user. Okay, it is, everything is okay. So let's press the delete button. So I think it needs, so let's refresh it. The record has not deleted. Just come here to the inspect and come here to the console. So let's press this delete button. Access error with 404. So just come here to the front end where I wrote the code of delete button. So yeah, that is here. Button on click handle delete. Copy this. Yeah, user.id. Handle delete, and we got the ID here. Oh sorry, we should write this URL. Copy this and paste it in front of this. And to refresh the page back, so let's write one thing else. Just come here, right here, window dot location dot reload, to reload the page and refresh that. So let's come here to the Chrome, let's press the delete button. See, the record has deleted successfully. Okay, so now let's create a new record. Jamal submitted. We came here, let's press the delete one. See, that has deleted. So it was all about CRUD operation using a MERN stack, MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. So I hope this video was helpful for you. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and like this video. And thanks for watching.